What's up everyone, Jax here, and in today's video we are going to discuss the top question I get for my manual swapped E55 AMG. So a lot of people have been asking me, what do I do with the ECU or TCU inside the car? And there's only really one way to answer that question. It's for me to show you exactly what I did to make that work. And so here we go. So I'm in the car currently, but if you look over here, oops, subscriber name, voila. This is the automatic shifter that used to be over here and is now over here. I wanted to make it as easy as possible in a way that I know that still worked. Basically, you know, for the computer to think that nothing else is wrong and just leave everything else, you know, kind of plugged in. You can actually remove most of the components of this shifter and only leave like the little display part. I just wanted to play it safe, and when I was doing the swap, I only had two cars, which was this car and the E36. And I wanted to make the swap go as smoothly and as quickly as possible so I can go back to driving this car. So this was the easiest route for me. So basically this is just an automatic shifter tucked inside the console with it still plugged in and everything. So every time I start the car still thinks it's in park, so on and so forth. You can actually start it. I've tried starting it before without this plugged in and it let me. The only issue was it didn't let me let go of the keys. Oh my god, that thing revs so much faster.
Holy
wow.
Holy shit.
I can't actually take out the key.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't plug in the shifter. So I'm assuming that's related to there's like a little mechanism from the key to the shifter. You can actually see it when you're underneath there. That probably controls when to undo the key. I'm not sure how I was able to turn it on without the key, without the shifter plugged in, but it let me. But after that, I couldn't take out the key. So I wanted to play it safe and just have everything plugged in. It's in the console. I never really use it anyway, and no one really noticed. That's really the whole goal, is I wanted to make it look, you know, as OEM as possible, as if it came from the factory like that. Now that I have the car running and so on, strip this down to where it's just we only need as minimal as possible of the pieces needed to make this car still function and drive as it should. That's fun. I also want to genuinely thank everyone who has subscribed. I officially have 1,000 subscribers now, which is crazy to think about. I never expected to hit this amount of subscribers. I know 1,000 doesn't really sound like a lot, but to me that's like a huge deal. I've been wanting to get to 1,000 for the longest, ever since I started making videos on this channel like 2 years ago, and now I've made it to 1,000. So it's pretty crazy how, you know, especially now I have access to the analytics and whatnot, and I see all these different locations everyone's watching from. It's crazy how, you know, we can all get connected together with, you know, the same sort of interests, and our interest in Mercedes-Benz or AMGs or manual swaps and whatnot. So I really again like to thank everyone who subscribed so far, and just I really appreciate, you know, all the feedback in the comments, you know, everyone who's loved the car itself and whatnot. I truly do love it myself, and I hope to share all this, you know, information to y'all, which leads me to my next subject that I was going to talk about in this video, was my CLK. It's currently still in Idaho. ended up purchasing the shipping straight from Copart because, well, I did get some cheaper shipping estimates from third-party companies. I thought it might be just easier and better to go straight to Copart, but I would love to just fly out there and drive it back. I think the problem is responsibility. It was too small of a notice for me to just, call off and just buy a ticket, fly there, and there's just so much, I won't say risk. It is a little risky, but I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You can rent a truck, rent a U-Haul truck and drive it down. It'll end up costing as much shipping. But I just wanted to play it safe and see how it goes. I'm kind of disappointed that pretty much the next steps after that, it seems like you just pay it and you pay for the long haul shipping. One of these days, the people will get there. These, I'm sure, third-party contracted truckers, they'll get to the Copart site and pick up the car with the title and bring it here. I don't know what the status is on the shipping per se. I wish I did. It's gonna come eventually. It could be weeks, could be months. But I've tried calling their office about it. They redirect me to the corporate number, which ended up being another office, which it was like Kentucky or something. So I'm not sure what went wrong there. And she directed me back to, she was saying that they don't know anything, and the location should know more. And I'm just, it's kind of like this person says this person said that. I'm just whatever, I mean, if it comes, it comes, hopefully. Maybe I should call them tomorrow, huh? I wish they just had like an update on the website, maybe just show where it could be, or something that would just let me know. Right now it's still telling me that that I paid my car. So hopefully it'll be here within the next week or two. I'm actually not too worried that it's gonna take a minute. It just gives me some time to bring up some cash flow to spend on this car. And the E55, this car that I'm currently sitting in, I mean, it just looks great the way it is. It really doesn't need anything at all, apart from the manual swap, and preferably maybe one day an LSD. That's gonna be pretty pricey, but there really is nothing else you can do to this car to make it, I mean, I think it looks great the way it is already. It doesn't need anything. I don't know if that's just an acquired taste. Maybe I just grew to like the car so much. It's funny because way before I knew anything about Mercedes, I used to hate the W210. I used to think they looked really ugly because of the front headlights. And every time I'd see one, they'd always be, really hazed up. But now, every time I look at one, I'm just like, wow, it looks really handsome and clean. So, I don't know. Maybe just taste changes throughout the years. Maybe I'm just growing wiser or stupider. One of those two. So, yeah, so this car, I love this car too much. It's staying the way it is. Stay tuned for the next video. I think I'm going to make something for the E36. And I think it'll be quite interesting for the BMW people. It's going to be how to delete EWS on OBD2 cars. You basically have to tune it out or flash it. So I don't know if many of y'all know, I've been tuning my own E36, my turbo E36. So I think it'd be cool to, and it's really easy too. And this is a fee that's, companies charge 50, 100, 120, 150 bucks for, and you could do it yourself for 20 bucks. I would say. No, I would say 40 bucks because you have to buy the software. Or acquire it. But anyway, stay tuned for more updates on the CLK55. Make sure you hit the, subscribe. I really am not good at saying that subscribe thing. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys next time. Peace. And stay safe. Why do I always do that like it's second delay? You see that, man? Oh my god. I'm gonna start driving. Mr. Spidey, please get off my car peacefully. I think he's just gonna join in for the ride. I wonder how long he'll stay. What do you mean it's not a cool AMG?